Welcome back to the Adonis Command Center. I'm Bobby Westside coming to you live from my one-bedroom apartment here in New York City. We're talking all things personal training, and today it is which certification should you have? Every single trainer of the 800,000 in the United States has asked this very simple question, and they have all done their own research to figure out which one is perfect, and the answer is always, doesn't matter. Whichever one you feel is right for you is perfect, but we're gonna dig a little deeper into that today, not for too long, but just long enough, Goldilocks style. It's important that you have a certification. You see on Adonis, we give you a badge to indicate to clients you are certified. You are somebody who has taken the professional steps to become a personal trainer, to make training your career. You are getting your clients in a vulnerable state. If they're lifting heavy weight, snatches, Olympic lifting, whatever it is, you need to identify yourself as a legitimate professional. That being said, I think, one man's opinion, not medical advice, your experience in the gym, your hands-on approach to your own training is probably going to be more helpful in building out programs for your clients than perhaps a certification will be. But certifications give you very valuable education, especially if you're coming from absolutely nothing, baby steps, in a personal training career. I feel like that was like an asterisk fine print on the radio when they fast forward the voice. Side effects may include. Now, before we get into certifications, one thing that I have to call out, which might get me in a little bit of trouble, is that accredited organizations are all for-profit enterprises. So yes, they do provide education and they do provide you with credits, but they are trying to make money. Something to keep top of mind, especially when it comes to the legitimacy of like renewing every 2 years. That seems like a lot. I wonder why we have to do that, but that's not the point of the video today. Let's get into the biggest certifications and if they're right for you. Number one, NASM, the National Academy of Sports Medicine. I would say this is Goliath, the behemoth. It's the one I have. It is your standard go-to personal training certification. If you just want a cert so you can go to a gym, present them with it, and they let you train your clients there, this is probably what you have. I don't have any grand illusions of training LeBron James on the sideline of Lakers games. I just needed to go to a gym and I needed a certification to do it. That's how we got to the NASM. Their test is like 120 questions. I'd say most people pass the first or second time. They teach you a lot about addressing things like knee valgus, overhead mobility. They're huge on the overhead squat assessment. This is your standard go-to. Great for beginners, clear path for progression. And once you're in the NASM family, when you renew every 2 years, for profit, they have all the specializations for you. Performance enhancement, not like that. Golf, nutrition, and they just released this unlimited, you only have to renew, you never have to renew, I should say, with one low payment of like thousands of dollars. But yeah, NASM is the go-to for what you're trying to accomplish. Number two, the NSCA, the National Strength and Conditioning Association. They have a reputation of being a little more biomechanical, a little more scientific in their approach as opposed to the NASM, which is a little more general population. They have two certifications, one being the CSCS, the legendary and difficult CSCS, but they also have a CPT. So let's start there. CPT, Certified Personal Trainer. You have your NASM CPT, and now you have your NSCA CPT. Like I said, a little more science-based, but not as hard as the CSCS I mentioned. This is your entry level. If you want to learn a little bit more textbook education, this would be for you. But again, the question might be, do I want to pass this test as quickly as possible, or do I want to learn? That's for you to decide. I don't have an answer. That's something for you to think about. But let's talk about that CSCS, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist. This is like a CPT plus certification. I think last I checked, it's like half the people pass this. It is a pretty rigorous textbook test that you take to get this. I'd say it's serious. Definitely a lot of respect for people that have the CSCS. This is for working with athletes, biomechanics, strength training. It requires a bachelor's degree, which kind of strange. You could have a bachelor's degree in communications, but it does require one. Best for those looking to really understand how a human body works. Number three, ACE, the American Council on Exercise. This one is a little more accessible for all experience levels in terms of becoming a personal trainer. It also has a focus on communication, inclusivity, behavior change in terms of getting clients to work out and continue working out to see results. They do a good job addressing diverse population groups. We're talking seniors, youth, special needs. So check it out. I think you're still clear in terms of accepting certifications. ACE is still very much well respected. And so if that one speaks to you more than others, go for ACE. Fourth and finally, ISSA, the International Sports Sciences Association. It's kind of right there in the name. If you're working internationally or you're seeking to have clients international, I think this one might make a lot of sense for you. It's a fully online certification, so flexible, accessible, definitely has comprehensive coursework in terms of not just standard personal training, but also nutrition, also business tips, but you can find more of those in our video series right now. I would say ideal for trainers seeking global recognition. If you're going to be training outside of the States, or you are back and forth between Europe or Latin America and here, South America, I can name every country if you want. While we're here, let's talk specializations and continuing education, CEUs, units you have to get for NASM every 2 years, NSCA every 3 years. You're going to have to re-up and spend more money to remain certified for profit. Last time I'll say it. Most of these organizations overlap. If you have a NASM cert and then you want to go get the CSCS because you're really interested in biomechanics, you can probably go get that, and then they will apply it to your NASM certification. There's also outside certs like the RKC for kettlebell or precision nutrition and all the other things. We'll have a resource on Adonis somewhere. Honestly, the way I do it is I just choose things that look like they're going to be fun for me to do. I don't really want to sit down with a textbook anymore. Some of these certs happen in person and I can just go do them there. Final thoughts on the whole thing is simply your cert only matters in as far as what you want to use it for. I think your hands-on experience in the gym and what you want your career to look like is far more important. Overall, being a trainer is more about who you know and who you're trying to help than the papers you hold in your hand or on PDF in your iCloud files. Keep working at meeting people and having clients refer you to others. Very rarely are they going to even ask you to see a certification, but you will have to submit at the gyms to train there. Focus on your skills, focus on your passion, continue becoming a better trainer, but all in all, the people that pay you money care about you as a person, the value you provide them, and that's what you should focus on. Good luck choosing your cert. That's all I got for now. From the Adonis Command Center on Bobby Westside.